Hey everyone, it's Mr. Pearson here with a story problem, a word problem for us to solve together. So let's go ahead. We're going to read through it 2 times, then we'll take a moment for you to solve it, and then I'll come back and I'll show you my thinking on how I solve this to see if your answer matches my answer. Okay, so the problem says this. Miguel was at the park counting birds. In one tree, he saw 48 birds. In another tree, Miguel counted 53 birds. How many birds did Miguel count all together? Okay, let's read that one more time. It says, Miguel was at the park counting birds. In one tree, he saw 48 birds. In another tree, Miguel counted 53 birds. How many birds did Miguel count all together? All right, go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pencil. Write down your problem. It's always important to show your work when you're doing math. So write down your problem, go ahead and solve through it, and then unpause the video, come back here, and we'll walk through the steps of solving this problem together. Okay, I hope you've had time to solve the problem. And let's go ahead and, as we always do, if you've been following along with me, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to circle our numbers. So I'm going to look through here. Miguel was at the park counting birds. In one tree, he saw 48 birds. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle. I'm going to circle 48 birds because now that I got my pen working correctly. Because that's what we're looking for as we get further along. And then right here we see that Miguel also counted 53 birds. So in 2 different trees, he saw 48 birds in one tree and 53 in another. All right. Then we are going to underline our question. So how many birds did Miguel count all together? So we're looking to see a combination of the birds. All right, then I'm going to draw a box around this word right here. I'm going to box this word all together because that tells me that we're putting those numbers together. Okay, so we've circled 48 and 53. We underlined the question, how many birds did Miguel count all together? And we drew a box around the word all together because we know we're combining those 2 numbers. So that leads me to believe that this problem is an addition problem. So let's go ahead and set up our addition problem. We'll put 53 and plus 48. You could also write that as 48 plus 53. Either way is fine. With an addition, the add-ends can go in either order. And let's go ahead and solve. In the ones place, 3 plus 8 equals 11. So I put down my 1, regroup my number over to the tens place. 1 plus 5 gives me 6, and 6 plus 4 gives me 10. Now normally I would have to regroup, but there are no other digits in the hundreds place, so we're going to write just our 10 right here. And so we can see that 53 plus 48 equals 101. So that is the sum of our problem. And then the last thing that we need to do after we solve it is we need to write and label our answer. So how many birds did Miguel count all together? Miguel counted 101 birds. That is a lot of birds to see in the park, and usually those types of things only happen in story problems or if the birds are migrating south. Anyway, this is Mr. Pearson here with another word problem that we solved together. I hope that you were able to get the same answer that I did, and you were able to follow along as I explained my thinking. We'll see you next time with another word problem.